Welcome to your 2026 annual horoscope for Capricorn by AstroPrinciple. Your birthday is between the 22nd of December and the 19th of January. This year brings powerful shifts, new opportunities, and meaningful turning points across career, love, and health. In this full-year astrology forecast, we'll explore how the major planetary movements of 2026 shape your path, influence your decisions, and open doors for growth. Whether you're looking for clarity, planning ahead, or simply curious about what the new year holds, this guide will help you understand the energy of 2026 and how to work with it, not against it. We'll break down the biggest themes of the year, the key transits to watch, and the opportunities Capricorn can tap into throughout 2026. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's explore what the new year has in store for you. This year is defined by the message, lead with heart, build with purpose. This year, your energy is best directed toward emotional openness, responsibility refinement, communication clarity, wellness structure, relational maturity, long-term planning. You must go to lighten unnecessary burdens, express needs confidently, reinforce long-term well-being. Let's understand your annual graph. For Capricorn, 2026 is a year of structural transformation, where you rebuild your foundations with greater wisdom and long-term vision. The early months push you to evaluate your commitments, responsibilities, and ambitions, prompting you to let go of burdens that no longer align with your goals. As you release outdated expectations, you create space for new opportunities that reflect your evolving identity. Relationships become more stable as you learn to balance work with emotional presence, strengthening bonds that had been strained by overcommitment. Professionally, this is a year of steady progress, where your discipline and strategic thinking lead to significant achievements. Financially, you focus on long-term investments and sustainable growth, building a foundation that supports future security. By the end of the year, you feel more grounded, more focused, and more aligned with a path that honors both your ambition and your well-being. The next we have is about your career, profession, and finance. For Capricorn, 2026 is a year of structural transformation, where you rebuild your professional foundations with greater wisdom and long-term vision. The early months push you to evaluate your commitments, responsibilities, and ambitions, prompting you to let go of burdens that no longer align with your goals. As you release outdated expectations, you create space for new opportunities that reflect your evolving identity. Professionally, this is a year of steady progress, where your discipline and strategic thinking lead to significant achievements. You may take on roles that require leadership, planning, or long-term strategy, and your ability to stay focused under pressure becomes a major asset. Financially, you focus on long-term investments and sustainable growth, building a foundation that supports future security. By the end of the year, you feel more grounded, more focused, and more aligned with a career path that honors both your ambition and your well-being. While finance is important, health is wealth. Now let's see what 2026 has for your health and well-being. For Capricorn, 2026 is a year of structural strengthening and emotional grounding, where your well-being improves as you create healthier boundaries around work, rest, and personal time. The early months highlight the need to address stress patterns related to overwork, responsibility, or the pressure to achieve. You may notice that your body responds to stress through muscle tension, fatigue, or fluctuations in stamina, prompting you to adopt routines that support long-term resilience. This year encourages you to explore practices that strengthen your bones, joints, and overall structure, strength training, posture correction, or mobility exercises that improve alignment. Mid-year brings opportunities to refine your sleep habits, nutrition, and daily routines, helping you create a foundation that supports both physical and emotional stability. You also learn to release the belief that rest equals weakness, which dramatically improves your well-being. By the end of the year, you feel more grounded, more balanced, and more aligned with a lifestyle that supports both your ambition and your health. It is said that one can win the battle if there is peace in relationship and family. Let's hear out what 2026 has to unfold for your love, relationship, and family. For Capricorn, 2026 is a year of emotional grounding and relational maturity, where you learn to balance responsibility with vulnerability. The early months highlight the need to address emotional walls that have limited your connections, prompting you to open up more authentically. If you're single, you attract someone who appreciates your stability and ambition but also encourages emotional expression, helping you build a bond that feels both secure and heartfelt. In committed relationships, you work through issues related to communication, expectations, or emotional distance, choosing intimacy over self-protection. Family life becomes more harmonious as you take a more balanced approach to responsibilities, allowing others to contribute rather than carrying everything alone. Mid-year brings opportunities for healing conversations and deeper bonding, and you may reconnect with relatives or friends you've been distant from. By the end of the year, your relationships feel more stable, more affectionate, and more aligned with your desire for long-term emotional security. Wait, there is more to know about the planetary highlights. Let's start with Jupiter. The Jupiter in Taurus between May and October. For Capricorn, Jupiter in Taurus during May and October 2026 brings a wave of creativity, joy, and emotional expression. These months highlight your desire to reconnect with passion, pleasure, and personal fulfillment. You may feel inspired to pursue creative projects, deepen romantic connections, or invest more time in hobbies that bring you happiness. This transit also supports fertility, artistic expression, and emotional healing. Financially, opportunities may arise through creative ventures or personal talents. By the end of the year, you feel more joyful, more expressive, and more aligned with a life that honors both ambition and emotional richness. The next is the Saturn currently in Pisces throughout the year. For Capricorn, Saturn in Pisces throughout 2026 strengthens your communication, mindset, and intellectual discipline. You may feel called to refine your thinking, improve your communication skills, or take on responsibilities related to writing, teaching, or learning. This transit encourages you to speak with clarity, listen with intention, and eliminate mental habits that create confusion or self-doubt. Relationships with siblings, neighbors, or your immediate environment may require patience and maturity. Saturn also helps you build a more structured approach to daily tasks and short-term goals. By year's end, your mind feels sharper, your communication more grounded, and your decisions more intentional. You may also want to know about the Mercury, which is retrograde in April, August, and December. Mercury retrogrades in April, August, and December 2026 encourage Capricorn to refine routines, strengthen emotional communication, and reassess long-term plans. April brings delays in work or health matters, urging you to slow down and avoid overcommitting. August highlights creative projects or romantic communication, revealing misunderstandings that require thoughtful dialogue. December brings introspection about your responsibilities, prompting you to release unnecessary burdens. These retrogrades help you cultivate flexibility, emotional clarity, and healthier boundaries. By year's end, you feel more balanced and more aligned with your priorities. The most important influencers are eclipses that fuel the result of timing events. This year, the eclipses are in March and September. For Capricorn, the 2026 eclipses transform communication, family dynamics, and emotional security. The March eclipse highlights your home and family sector, urging you to address unresolved issues, strengthen bonds, or make changes to your living situation. The September eclipse activates your communication zone, prompting you to refine your voice, clarify your intentions, and release outdated mental patterns. These eclipses help you build emotional stability through honest dialogue and grounded decision-making. By year's end, you feel more connected, more expressive, and more aligned with a supportive home environment. To summarize, in my opinion, during 2026, you must allow emotional openness. You often prioritize responsibility over vulnerability, but 2026 encourages you to express your feelings more freely. Emotional openness strengthens your relationships and reduces internal pressure. It becomes a key part of your growth. Release heavy burdens. This year invites you to evaluate your responsibilities and let go of obligations that no longer align with your goals. Lightening your load increases clarity and frees you to focus on what truly matters. Communicate with intention. Speak honestly about your needs rather than relying on silent endurance. Clear communication prevents misunderstandings and strengthens your connections. Your voice becomes a tool for empowerment. Prioritize long-term wellness. Your health benefits from consistent routines that support endurance, balanced nutrition, restorative sleep, and mindful movement. Investing in your well-being now creates strength for the future. Thank you for watching your 2026 annual horoscope. This year is filled with potential, and understanding the bigger picture helps you move through it with confidence and purpose. To get even more clarity, make sure you watch the 2026 month-by-month horoscope. It breaks down each month from January to December, helping you plan your timing, navigate challenges, and make the most of every opportunity.